Now entering the atmosphere of Planet Zero. Scanning for signals. Incoming broadcast. Shift destination. CSS page turner. Begin transmission.
All right, Christian. We're gonna do the podcast today, and I don't want you to mention anything about your sister in the hospital with her eye cancer or whatever. We're gonna have a good time today, and you're not gonna make this sad. All right?
Eric, are you confusing me with Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh again?
Well, you do kind of dress the same, and you always talk with a Brooklyn accent.
I'm not talking with a Brooklyn accent now, am I?
Yeah, outside the podcast, like I don't. He always comes in.
I'm not even from Brooklyn once. What's my sister's name then?
Oh, it's Queens. Because you're Brooklyn.
What?
Hey, welcome everybody to the book club from Planet Zero.
Hey, welcome back to the book club from Planet Zero.
There it is. It's coming out. Brooklyn Christian.
I did that because the first rule of improv is yes and the second rule of improv is
what?
Stop doing improv and just accept that you're not funny. Welcome back,
dude,
guys.
But we were like the chance of improv comedy.
Well, that's because we're
in.
hilarious.
Yeah, dude,
you can be. Yeah, funny people can do improv.
Yeah, funny people.
It's just people who try to be funny and aren't tend to end up in improv classes.
Funny people do improv.
Funny people can do improv.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Should they? That's a whole
other
conversation
okay, you're right.
for a different topical podcast.
Yeah,
but
this isn't about comedy.
This podcast,
no more laughing around. It's just comics.
no more jokes, everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna be serious this whole episode. This is called Serious on Planet Zero.
This is the serious book club on Planet Zero, where we talk about serious things.
So starting right now, we're not gonna make any jokes, no laughing. Let's see how far we can take this. So what are we talking about today?
I'm scared.
No, dang it! Fuck.
I'm scared that we're gonna make a joke.
All right, start again. Okay, redo. All right.
From the top.
Zenmu, right? What's
I'm scared of
that?
Zenmu.
What's that abominable snowman you brought with you?
No, we're not doing villain of the week yet. Don't spoil it. We're gonna talk about.
We need to spoil it. We're gonna look at the picture on front of our podcast. We're gonna see that white thing.
Yeah, well,
that ghost.
They'll remember him as their childhood friend Zenmu.
Yeah, from that reindeer, the Rudolph the reindeer special, the big white snowman guy, the abominable snowman. Remember?
I don't remember him having like a little metal peanut on his head.
And a championship belt around his waist.
Yeah, well, I remember that. I remember the snowman having a championship belt.
Oh, that's right. Annihilation. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, that's right. The things that we've been reading. We're going to talk about Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, too, today.
Oh, yeah. And anything else, I guess.
What else?
What else
is there to talk about?
I've been reading some manga. Oh, our polls.
Oh, yeah.
The polls, or whatever I've been reading. So, Villain of the Week. That's a little out of order, but that's what we have game plan wise.
Sneak peek. If any of you know him, villain of the week this week is Zemnu from the Magic Planet. But we'll get back to that. Because first, Eric, do you want to talk about Annihilation or do you want to talk about where I'm at with Swamp Thing?
Let's talk about Annihilation real quick while I'm still into it.
Last time we talked about it, you read Drax 1 through 4.
Yeah, Drax.
Which you enjoyed thoroughly, I'm told.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And then you read, after that, the next books that you would read if you were reading the Annihilation event.
It was Annihilation Prologue and the Nova Corps miniseries.
Yep. Which the prologue pretty much just kind of like...
It's pretty much Nova.
It just leads into Nova series. It's weird that they call it the prologue and then they put
It's pretty much Nova. It's like Prologue Nova. That's what it is.
I think it's because Drax, the first 4 issues are just a book called... when it was coming out, it was just called Drax, the Destroyer, 1 through 4, a miniseries.
It wasn't Annihilation yet?
Not yet, because they were sowing the seeds, but they weren't advertising it yet. And then once Drax wrapped up, they did Annihilation Prologue, and then now it's...
That was like the big day, when Annihilation first started.
The Annihilation Day.
Yeah, it'll always start with the police, yeah.
No, that was Annihilation Day plus 47 or something.
Oh, right. That wasn't the first Annihilation. Yeah, there was another planet.
Annihilation Day 1 or Day 0
was that prison?
They break through the dimensional rift next to the kiln.
that Drax was in.
That Drax was going to, but then their ship got rerouted because it blew up. But prologue goes over the Xandarians, which are like
space cops.
They're like space cops. It's kind of
they
like
literally call it
the
space
Nova
cops.
Corps. In my opinion, the Nova Corps is the 1-for-1 analog to the Green Lantern Corps.
Most def, yes, that is literally.
That's what it is.
I had no idea who the heck Nova Corps was until I read this.
Yeah.
So
Well,
imagine
Nova-
my surprise when in the prologue they got fucking bodied, man. They just got destroyed, man.
So they get called together by the Nova Prime.
There's a
And she's
Nova
like,
Prime.
who looks like purple granny goodness. And she's like, hey guys, there was this thing that happened over at this prison that we run. We sent our best guys, but they haven't contacted us back. We've lost all contact with them. So we're giving everyone all full powers of the Nova Corps.
Hey, you guys are now allowed to use your guns.
You guys are, lethal force is recommended.
Lethal force is recommended.
You guys need to go check this out.
All those cops are like, "Ooh boy!"
Yeah, all these cops
I'm
are
gonna
like,
kill-
lock and load.
We need to kill some civilians. Wait, no.
No. But that's before they even leave the planet of Xandar, the Annihilation wave smashes through,
Yeah, bodying them. Dude.
kills all of them, wipes out the entire Nova Corps,
Except for one guy.
our buddy Richard Ryder.
Dick Man.
Dick Ryder. His name is Richard Ryder.
Dick Rider, because he's riding through space with his dick.
He's the human rocket, is what they think. Hold on.
So-
He's such a penis-coded character. He
I
has
know.
a magical helmet that can be floppy when he's not wearing it and hard when he needs to wear it.
It's so convenient, dude. You can just pack
he's
it away.
He's a wiener joke.
God, he's such a
He's such a dick.
generic character.
I like Richard Ryder.
Well, yeah, he's the last guy in his whole platoon and his whole.
So all of the Nova Corps gets wiped out by the Annihilation wave. Annihilus and its bug army comes.
Dude, he was when the Annihilation happened. He was like doing some cool stuff. He was saving this one chick, and she was all like, "If we can make it out
she
of
was
this,
like, "Get out of here, you
we make it out of
stinky
this,
earther."
you know." But he was taking her out, and he was like, "If we make it out of this, we're gonna have sex every day." He's all like, "Well, I hope I make it out." And then
he
two panels later, she immediately dies.
He gets
like-
turned into a skeleton, but he lives.
Crazy. It was always the Earthmen that survive.
That's because we're important. We're the best.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Earth is the best, from what I hear.
I like that in the comics. How Earth, everybody just wants Earth because it's like the best planet.
It's it's always like strategically located. It's
Yeah,
like-
and also rich with resources
oh yeah, dude.
compared
But-
to other planets.
So in the prologue, we see it picks up with Drax after he gets arrested too, right?
Yeah,
In
they're
the
in a
prologue,
space station. They're in a
it-
spaceport by Xandar, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. In the prologue, Drax is getting processed to go to prison
Yeah.
before
Are you
the
a
Annihilation
destroyer?
happens, and they remember they do the body scan on him, and they're like, "Oh, he's not the destroyer." And the guy's like, "What are you talking about? Look at him. He's right here. This is him."
He says his name's Drax, but what the sensors do not.
Yeah, but the sensors say that molecularly this is a different being. And then Drax is like, "Guess it wasn't me."
So he gets off on a technicality.
He gets off on a galactic technicality.
because he's like a wanted man, right?
yeah, he is. Drax originally the Destroyer was like a mass murderer who was wanted for a bunch of death.
Oh, well,
that
good
he
for him.
caused. And now that he cracked out of himself like a little cocoon,
Yeah, don't you
because of
love?
the Blood Brothers.
Don't you
Blood
love
for
the?
blood?
Don't you love the justice system? Just because he became a new person, they let him go. What?
Just because he's changed.
Just because he died and turned into a cocoon and came out as a new person, he's allowed to get away with his war crimes?
It's like that one guy who lived through his lethal injection and was like, "Hey, or he died during his life sentence and came back and he was like, "Hey, you should. I died for 3 minutes. That means I lived out my life sentence.
Oh my god, that's genius!
I'm technically not that guy anymore."
I gotta learn how to do that with like stop my heart
You gotta get
and
the
then
Blood
come
Brothers
back.
to beat you into a cocoon. But yeah, so he gets
Blood for
let go
blood.
because they're like, "Yeah, just get the fuck out of here." And he's like, "Where am I supposed to go?" And they're like, "Whatever, dude. Who cares? Get out of here."
Well, I think like it was the Annihilation people came and they had to like they put him to the side somewhere while they try to figure out what's going on. But
Yeah.
of course, but Drax was like, "Oh fuck this! I'm gonna get."
I got
escape.
2 big knives and a 10-year-old human girl with me.
I
can do
got
anything.
Meg from Family Guy with me.
Meg's with me. She's wearing a pink beanie the entire time.
Oh,
which is funny.
man.
But that's pretty much what the prologue goes. The prologue doesn't really dive into anything else, does it?
It just shows Nova Corps.
It shows you
being bodied.
what Drax is up to after he got arrested or got
Something
put
cool.
on that ship.
Are they still all dead?
Who?
Nova Corps?
Oh, like in modern comics?
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling that.
Oh, that's right.
Why would I spoil that?
Because I don't know. Because you're that kind of guy.
What does that mean?
You spoil things to me all the time. No, you don't.
I definitely don't.
I won't gaslight you
definitely
that.
don't.
You're a good guy with
Because
that.
the next thing that happens is the Nova miniseries in Annihilation, which goes over Nova
Nova
being
having
the
a
last member of
gotta
the
deal with his
Corps.
trauma. He's got survivor's guilt. What was that you
He's
said?
I said he's a survivor and he's got the
guilt to prove it. Oh,
Dick
poor guy.
Ryder, he's a survivor.
Dick
He's got the
Ryder,
guilt to
he's
prove it.
sad. He's sad that his friends
He
died.
misses his dad.
He was gonna get puss every day, but then he lost that chick.
She died. She burned up. She got killed by the Annihilation Wave.
Also, that big-headed chick that was also giving him crap.
I'm glad she's dead.
He was calling him a zinc,
I'm gonna say it. I'm
which
glad
is like a
she's
space
dead.
slur.
Space slur?
Yeah, zinc. She was calling him a zinc,
That's messed up. I don't like that.
but she was like the first one that was like panicking when the Annihilation came.
That's usually how those kinds of people are.
Well, I'm
Eric.
glad they're all dead. They were trying to do what Green Lantern did, but then they did it wrong. But now we just got Dick Ryder.
Dick
So
Ryder.
he teams up with Drax because the world. Oh yeah, we got to talk about the world mine.
Yeah, so the world mind is what gives the Xandarian Nova Corp their power. Basically, it's it's like an AI collection of all of
It's
the
like magic AI.
It's a magic AI. Basically, if you're a Xandarian and you die, your consciousness gets uploaded to the world mind.
So what happened is after Annihilation, annihilated Xandar. I guess they all got
Annihilated. So it's called the Annihilation Wave. I don't know if they've started referring to it as that yet. Have they?
I just call them Annihilites. Annihilites.
So they're the Annihilation Wave.
They're called the Annihilites because they're like bugites.
They are little bug men.
They're like bug ships.
Um,
Are their ships actual giant bugs? Because
no, they're ships.
that'd be cool flying inside a giant bug.
That would be cool to fly inside of a giant bug.
Yeah,
Why? Why would you say such a thing?
it'd be warm inside.
I don't think it would be.
uh,
I don't think it would be at all. But yeah, so anyway, in Nova Corps or Nova 1, he wakes up and the Annihilation Wave is still like picking off the remnants of all the little satellites in the orbit. And he learns that he's the last one from the World Mine. And the World Mine's like, dude, you gotta come and get me. You gotta come pick me up.
so the world mind was all like, listen, Dick Ryder, that's your name, right? You are the last Nova Corps, and I hold Xandar's gone, and I have all of Xandar culture and history inside of me. So I'm going to embed everything into you. I'm gonna absorb it into you, give you all my power,
Yeah.
and you just gotta like fly me somewhere where you can like store me.
And then
And
Richard
my
Rider was
history.
like, hey, the last guy who did that,
Died.
it like went crazy and died. Remember that? And then the World Mind was like, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen to you. Why didn't you do that for the other guy?
Well, 'cause the
what's
other guy-
different about me?
They actually explained that. The other guy was forcefully doing it.
Oh,
And he was evil.
what a jerk!
Yeah, so there's no the World Mind didn't relegate for him
The
at all. I also like that.
Anti-Nova.
I also like that Richard wakes up and is like
Dick.
Richard wakes up and he's on this planet and he sees bug people and he immediately is like, I want the smoke. He like starts to go and try and kill him because he's pissed that they killed all of his buddies.
Wow.
How'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about him just constantly trying to fight because he was pissed off that they killed all of his friends?
Dude, you need to calm down. You're on a mission, man. You're a cop on a mission.
You're a cop on a mission. You gotta take the world mind. You gotta
Wait, that's not
save
it. You gotta help Drax and Meg Griffin get off this planet.
No, the world mind wants you to save it.
Yeah, so like
That's what the world mind is constantly like, dude, you gotta save me. And then he's like, but I gotta do this other thing.
he's also Richard's also afraid that using the Nova Force makes him like insane because he tried using it and he went a little apeshit.
The first time he gets it, he goes apeshit and he destroys an entire armada of Annihilation Wave fleets.
Good for him.
And then Annihilus takes notice, and then he like crash lands back on the remnants of Xandar, and there is Drax and Cammy.
Yeah,
Just
they're
waiting.
They,
And they're just
they're
like, hey,
the
dude.
only people that escaped that spaceport.
They were the only. Yeah, they were the only two people. They had plot armor.
Yeah. So they team up.
It's because they actually weren't getting arrested. It's because they were like a weird customs thing, so they didn't have
Yeah.
anywhere to go. So
they're going through TSAs. That's what happened.
yeah.
So they go.
So he meets Cammy and Drax, and they talk a little bit about what's going on. And Drax gives him the lowdown, and Nova gives Drax his lowdown. So they're exchanging information. And then they need to find like a portal out of there, or not a portal, a spaceship.
The World Mind agreed to let him escort them to a safe planet, right?
Yeah.
But
The
when they
World
get
Mind's
to,
like, all right, we can save these refugees.
but when they get to that safe planet, it turns out that they're what's it called that
well, first they need to get off of Xandar. And to get off of Xandar,
he can
Nova
open
needs to open up a gravitational
That's what he can do.
portal
Yeah, he can open up a portal through space.
and go into a warp tunnel. But Richard's like, I'm scared.
I'm scared.
What if I
My
accidentally
friends
What if I
died.
blow up the ship that we're all on and I kill this little 10-year-old girl? And the World Mind's like, dude, you have to do. There's no other way to get out of the
Drax is
star
all
system.
Drax is all like, it's
Drax-
okay,
well,
dude.
like Richard throws his helmet off, and then Drax puts it on and is like, hello? No, this is Drax. Because he gave me the helmet. Okay.
So he has his whole conversation with the world. Drax has his whole
And
conversation
then
with the World
he
Mind.
gives Richard his hat back, and he's like, hey, I now understand your problem. I can help you. I can train you to control your power. And then they get in the ship, and they go out into orbit, and he starts to open he tries to open the portal. He starts freaking out. He's like, Drax, I'm losing control. I'm losing control. And Drax is like, you will not lose control. And he's like, what? Why not? He's like,
if you do, I will break your neck.
I will kill you. And he's like, that's how you're going to train me to control this? And he's like, yep.
So if you're not going to kill yourself, I'm going to kill you.
He's like, if you don't fucking do this, I'm going to kill you, dude. And then he does it. And then he's like, dude, was that seriously your plan on how to train me? And he was like, it worked, didn't it? And then they come out the other side of the warp drive, and they are about to crash land on a planet, but somebody saves them.
I don't even remember that. Oh, it's
Somebody stops them.
lame ass Quasar.
Why? Don't shit on Quasar. What's wrong with Quasar?
It's just that don't worry, I do this with DC too. When I see a generic superhero character, I'm
He's
like,
not
oh
generic.
my god.
He's got the quantum bands.
Hey, wow! What does quantum bands do? Well,
Dude, he
they
got
give
a
him the
cover.
power.
He
They
got
give
his
him the
own
power to
cover.
fly, and it gives him the energy burst. Oh, what does Nova do? He has the Nova Force, the ability. What does that do? Oh, it makes him fly and shoot energy.
You know, for a
things.
big fan of DC, you reduce a lot of characters because it's so easy
Well,
to do
I'm
that
just
to
pick.
DC
I'm just picking on
characters.
them. It's just that's how when I was reading it, that's how it was feeling. I know there's more to the characters, but like as a outsider who's like picking this up and like going and like reading it for the first time meeting these characters. That's all.
fair.
That's all I see about them.
That is fair.
I know there's more to them, but that's why I'm picking on them. I know there's more, but that's why I'm glad. Well, we're gonna get there.
Well, so they land, and Quasar's like, yeah, there's a bunch of people who need to get out of the way of the Annihilation wave, and I'm helping them on this planet get to a safe place.
You tell me he's a big deal, but I had no idea.
And
who
then the
that
World
is.
Mind is like, oh, cool, like we can go now. We can go get me to a safe place. It looks like Quasar's got this under control. And then Nova's like, no, I think I need to help all of these refugees too. And then the World Mind's like, dude, come on. And then the Annihilation wave shows up.
Yeah, they show up, so now they have to help. Now the World Mind's like, all right, we should help.
So Nova and Quasar are buying them time to get out of there. And Annihilus, the big daddy cockroach, takes note of all the energy that's being exuded in that sector of the universe, and he himself shows up.
Yeah, Drax is also like giving them information on these bug dudes while they're fighting them. Tell him to go hit the big guy when Annihilus shows up. Tell him to go and
take
cut
out
off
the
head.
main guy
But that was a mistake
because
because
it's a hive mind. So it's
what's the guy Annihilus?
Annihilus-
He wants those quantum bands.
he likes cosmic energy. He feeds off of it. So he they go to kill him. I think. Yeah, they go to kill him. And Quasar tries to talk Nova out of it because Nova's like, we should just go cut the head off. And Quasar's like, no, you don't know who we're messing
Quasar
with.
was like, we should just get the refugees out.
He's like, we need to get the refugees out, get out of here because he's actually super dangerous. And then Nova's like, no, we kill this guy, we end it all. He's negative space Hitler. And then Quasar's like, I guess
He's like the anti-monitor from DC. Do you read DC Quasar? What? And then Quasar dies.
Yeah, dude. Annihilus eats Quasar because he
About
has the
fucking time,
quantum
dude.
bands.
I'm glad. I'm glad he died at least in a cool way.
And then Nova started giving him some good licks, but then he had to run off because he was definitely going to get eaten. if he
Literally
stayed
licking
there.
him.
Like,
So
no, punching him, but
Nova makes his. We also forget that Nova makes his big old space portal.
Nova makes his big
refugees.
gravitational space portal.
For
So
the
he controls
refugees.
gravitons. Don't ask me what that is. But
It's more to his. There's more to his powers, Eric. He
has
controls gravitons.
So he
Well,
actually-
what does that mean?
it's actually control over gravity.
Oh yeah, I know.
He can manipulate gravity. So he's a little different in that realm.
Space doesn't have gravity.
yes,
Christian.
It does.
No, why do you float in the air? It's called 0G.
No, there's
Anyway, so that's the.
that's where you're at in Annihilation Wave.
Yeah,
Or
they
Annihilation event.
escaped.
You started reading Ronan. You
I did.
began Ronan.
I did take a little lick at
A
Ronan.
little peek, little sneak peek at what's to come. Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah, it gets me like so I don't know anything about Marvel, so this guy gives me a good idea of what Kree is like, and I like the I kind of like the Kree.
They're not. You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Well, the way Ronan was all like, he apparently he accused a person who
Yeah.
well, apparently this mother, her daughter got killed by her husband for some reason, and she wants some kind of reprobation. And then Ronan, the accuser, was all like, "I will accuse this. I will be the judge, jury, and executioner of this trial." And they were like, "What the fuck is this? You can't be here. No one cares. This isn't Kree rule."
He's like,
all
I will rule.
According to Kree law, that anywhere a Kree sets his foot on, that is subjugated to Kree law. And I'm like, that is so cool. You guys just make law. That's colonization.
That's imperialism.
That's imperialism.
It seems like you're just a fan of imperialism. Which
It's
is
funny.
gross.
It's how like blatant he is, and then he kills the guy, but apparently he was actually in his right
yeah.
to have killed that girl because
Yeah.
like she cheated on him.
And he's
but-
like, no, Kree law.
No, no, Kree law.
Actually, Kree law supersedes your law. So
I was upset. I was like, man,
I am right,
I was
you are
like,
wrong.
Christian, if this guy doesn't smash something in the first 3 pages, I'm going to skip to the next guy, the Super Skrull, I guess.
would you love the Super Skrull? You never
dude.
shut up about the Super.
Oh my
Skrull.
God, that he's all the Fantastic Four in one package. How do you not like that?
It's not that I don't like him. It's just that you won't shut up about him.
It was just a funny how Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was all like, oh, we can't have any Fantastic Four characters, but here's this one character that's all of them in
We're
one.
talking about fighting games now because I had some ideas for Injustice 3.
I'm obligatory Injustice 3. All right, give me your 5 characters that should be in Injustice 3.
Anton Arcade,
Late. Oh, okay.
Matt Cable.
It should be
But
Anton
coma Matt Cable.
Anton Arcane, but his alternate skin is Matt Cable.
How about Matt Cable as Anton Arcade?
Okay, how about just not Matt Cable at all? Let's
What
talk.
about the Monkey King?
Gross.
What about it's time to talk about Swamp Thing?
How about those 3 alien crocodile guys?
They're not all alien crocodiles. That's the thing, is there are a bunch of different space alien cartoon characters.
I think one of them's a porcupine.
I think
'Cause
so
it was
too.
like
The last time we talked about Swamp Thing, I was getting into the Arcade Returns arc.
The Hell Arc.
Oh no, that's what it was. I had just finished the Anton Arcade, the Arcade Returns arc. So he had just, as Matt Cable, got Abigail's soul and went to hell, and Swamp Thing followed after him.
Yes, he's going after her soul because he thinks it was unrightly went to hell.
So who is he? The mysterious. What's the guy's name?
Phantom Stranger. So he meets the Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
Or it was a dead man first.
No, it's Phantom Stranger.
All right, Phantom Stranger. He takes him to heaven.
Oh no, wait, it was Dead Man.
Yeah, that's how it went. That's how it usually goes. First,
He
meets
goes to the in between place. He goes to Limbo.
Yeah, that's where Dead Man is, and then he introduced him to the Phantom Stranger, and then the Phantom Stranger takes him to heaven first. It's like that the Dante
where he
story.
meets Alec.
He meets his dude. Hey, you're me, but kinda not.
He's like, thanks for burying me. You want to come meet our wife? And Swamp Thing's like,
our wife.
That's weird. You're getting weird.
It's not our we. That's not. I'm not.
I was never.
Listen,
married to
Alec,
her.
I'm not you, okay? Just
Swamp
because we have
Thing.
this Swamp Thing, I'm Swamp Thing. But wait, and Alex all like, wait, Swamp Thing, come on, we have the same memories and stuff.
We're pretty much the same.
No,
guy.
I'm Swamp Thing. I appreciate you giving me like your your clone.
Appreciate your interest in the menage, but I'm Swamp Thing.
That's great.
I
So
don't even have a penis.
so after traveling through heaven, they go into hell, but like Phantom Stranger's like, I'm not taking you there.
So Phantom Stranger, like they don't find her in heaven.
Yeah.
So then he's like, unfortunately, maybe she went to hell.
So Phantom Stranger's like,
So
I'm
Phantom-
not taking you there. But that's when
No,
Etrigan comes in.
He takes him to the edge of it. He takes
Yes.
him to the edge.
And that's when
he's like, "All right."
Etrigan comes in his tornado.
He's like, no, wait, because this is great. Because Phantom Stranger's like, you have to go by yourself. No one can enter with you. No one can. Every man must walk this path alone. And then Etrigan shows up and he's like, whoa!
I know you, Swamp
I'm
Thing.
gonna take him.
He comes into a stupid tornado. That's not stupid. It's awesome tornado.
He's like, I'm gonna take him. And Phantom Stranger's like, you can't do that. You're supposed to go alone. He's like, I'll do it for a flower. And he's like, I'm not bargaining with you, Etrigan. Like, what's going on right now?
Oh, they also meet the Spectre too. I forgot when, but
Oh, that's they meet him when
Was it
they're
after
going
heaven?
to heaven, I think.
I think it's like in between heaven and hell. Was that the
I
Spectre?
think so. Right. Yeah, because they were trying to get to hell, and the
What a great panel sequence when they're like walking into the distance. It's like all dark and stuff. They don't know where they're going, and then like the next page, you find out they're walking inside the Spectre's
he's like,
eye.
oh, he opened his eye.
Yeah, he opened his eyes like, oh, hey, we're gonna look for the Spectre.
I don't
It's like,
know
oh,
how
there he is.
It kind of felt to me like they were implying that the Spectre is God.
They're godlike creatures. Phantom Stranger and Spectre.
Spectre is God.
They're
Spectre is Vegapunk. No,
Spectre is Vegapunk. I wish I can explain it more, but I am not that well versed in Spectre lore yet or Phantom Stranger lore. But they every time they show up, they're like they're what's it called? Like,
omnipresent.
yeah, that's what they are.
So Swamp Thing goes to hell with Etrigan. Etrigan sees a
Hell
bunch of
yeah.
other demons that also
Heck
know
yeah,
him.
they know him.
One guy is cleaning some demons. Oh,
That was Sunderland.
Sunderland was cleaning
guy-
some demons' toes.
Yeah, the businessman from Volume 1. He's in
Yeah.
hell.
And he was like, God dang it, Swamp Thing, what are you doing here, man? You sent me here, man. What the fuck, man?
That's when like he tries to escape his building, and then there's a Swamp Thing. He just like pushes his head or his
Into
body
his body.
into his body to
Yeah.
absorb his life energy.
He
That's
just eats him.
that's so cool.
That's our boy Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
This is a
In hell, he runs into Anton Arcade,
yes. That's
who's a big, disgusting pile of
decaying flesh.
Um,
He's being tortured.
He's
And
being
He has
tortured.
no idea about the sense of like time.
And he goes, Swamp Thing, how many years has it been since I stole your girlfriend from you? How many years? And then Swamp Thing was like, oh, that was yesterday.
He's like yesterday,
and
and they just like walk away, like just ignore him.
Yeah,
Swamp
Etrigan's like,
Thing.
come on, let's go, bro.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. Much more to
Etrigan's
do,
so
much more to
cool.
see. Let's leave this place.
Yeah, they eventually find her soul deep within hell. Where was it?
I don't remember where it was.
I guess they just picked it up and ran because I remember they're being chased by a bunch of demons.
I remember a bunch of demons were about to like eat her soul or some shit.
Oh yeah, and
then-
that Swamp Thing was like Swamp
And Etrigan
Thing.
helped, and then they were like, Etrigan's a fucking he's a turncoat.
He's a turncoat.
He's a traitor to his own kind.
Yeah, because he spends his because
He's like, look at them. Etrigan thinks he's a man.
that's what happens when Etrigan lives with Jason Blood the whole time. He becomes more human.
More good guy
Yeah, that's why he rhymes. Did you know that?
because he is a human.
Because he shares about the human, so he has I guess it's like a way to flex that he's more intellectual than all other demons.
Oh,
Because there's other because they're called rhymers, that kind of type of
Yeah.
demon, and there you meet other rhymers later on. I've seen them in the series, but it's pretty cool. So
yeah, no, they're straight up a bunch of demons eating up on
Abby.
Abby, and then they get her, and then they get out of there. But then Anton bites his ankle.
Oh yeah,
on
his
way
head.
out.
He's
He's like, no, you're not allowed to get her back. What the fuck?
And then Etrigan punts it in the next page. There it is.
That is a very good panel, dude.
Oh, that's the guy, dude. Etrigan's the dude.
It's really funny because I was so focused on these panels that I noticed the head here. And then I got here and I was like, hilarious. So good. But Swamp Thing gets her body or her soul back into her body that was being preserved. And
Now they're together now.
no, because there's a short story about Pog. These little cartoony alien creatures that crash land.
Well, that is so crazy.
in his swamp.
You have this epic arc of Swamp Thing going through heaven, going through purgatory and hell to get his woman back, and then immediately, like after he gets his woman back, you think like, oh, we're gonna get an issue about them. No, the next issue is Swamp Thing meeting a bunch of aliens that came to his swamp.
They're like God, they're like cartoon animals
in like spacesuits, like colorful spacesuits, like
yeah,
like each of them is color coded. Little red guys.
And they talk dumb.
Yeah.
They talk dumb. Real dumb.
I can't really explain it, but I think they like combine big words together to make a similar
You
word.
undistraught it yet, boss?
Yeah, something like the undistraughted.
That what, dude?
So these guys are coming from a planet that was pretty fucked up. So they're trying to find a new planet to like.
Yeah, their planet. The beasties are hunted by people who eat them because they're animals. There's like there's like a subsect where they get eaten. So they've been searching for a planet where animals don't get eaten,
and they thought they found it here.
But then Swamp
Earth.
Thing's like, no, come here.
So I like how Swamp Thing's like, no, come here. They don't speak his language, but he's all like, come with me.
And they don't understand Swamp Thing either. It actually, the way that this issue actually plays out is that you can read what the aliens are saying, even though they have like, are you going to depasture for else about, or like what is that, like what?
But you can kind of understand what they're
certainly,
saying.
but we mustn't be unhasteful, or my kindlings will infer that you. I can't believe I just read that again.
Because they're talking funny.
It's so bad that you've unscaped and discorpsified me. What? Swamp Thing just takes him to a cookout and shows him a cookout.
So yeah, the alien tries to explain to Swamp Thing about like his origin, how shitty his. Yeah, I see that.
Would you eat that burger? Look at that guy.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah, dude. Look at that
cheese.
Anyway, so he even though he doesn't understand, Swamp Thing understands what he's saying, but he puts he makes diagrams on the dirt to kind of explain it. But even though I think Swamp Thing still doesn't understand, I think he's all like, "Look, man, look at Earth." They will
eat you here.
Yeah, he takes.
They will fucking eat you.
He takes the leader of the little guys to look at a bar or something, like a bar, like a burger place.
It's like a little burger hut.
A burger shack.
Yeah.
And he's all like, no, this is what this Earth is.
The entire time, the cartoon alligator alien.
Yeah, the second in command is his buddy.
He's starting to get comfortable. He's taking off his spacesuit. He's swimming around in the swamp.
Yeah, he's like,
he sees other alligators.
This was the guy that was most optimistic about coming to this planet, and here he is. He's
disparate cuzzlings, long last broodlings. Let me ingrace you. That's what he says to these.
Yeah, these
swamp
crocodiles,
alligators, crocodiles. I don't know, but
they're zoning. Look how dumb they look. They eat him. They body him, and like the little aliens are like getting all scared and panicking. But then Swamp Thing goes in and beats up those alligators.
Swamp Thing had to have been high on yams.
Have we gotten that far yet?
This much about these aliens.
Have you learned about that yet? At this point,
yeah, he eats
the sexy yams.
Floronic man eats the yam.
The sexy yams, yeah.
They're not sexy yams until the end of this book. But, and then Abigail has a dream about these two brothers. We can skip
Cain
this
and Abel.
part.
Yeah, I don't know what they're foreshadowing something.
No,
Who cares?
it's not foreshadowing. It's this guy. He's a story. There's the story guy and there's the mystery guy, and she chooses to go with the story guy. And the story guy tells her a story about a man named Alex Olson, who basically the same exact origin story of.
That's foreshadowing.
Alec Holland.
That's foreshadowing
because
something.
it tells you. He's like, well, I'm trying to tell you that your Swamp Thing was not the first Swamp Thing. There have been many Swamp Things that the Earth sometimes just needs.
The Earth needs a Swamp Thing.
A guardian for the green. So
they pick a guy who with a similar name, with a similar occupation.
Similar story close to Abigail's. And she's like, no, but that's not. But no, it's Alex. It's Alec, not Alex. And then he's like, no, you idiot. I'm telling you that this has happened before.
Stop
that you're a
dead-naming
predominant
me.
character.
Stop
and Swamp Thing's like,
dead-naming me,
stop
Abby.
dead naming me, Swamp Thing.
I am Swamp Thing.
And then to close out the volume 2 of Swamp Thing,
We get
we
the
get
sex
Max
scene.
Cable in a coma.
Matt Cable.
Matt Cable in a coma.
He's supposed to be dead.
No, he's in a coma.
I know. Why is he in a coma?
He's in a coma, dude. Look at him. Look at him laid out.
They just need him in case they need him
Dude,
again.
oxygen tent. And then Abby goes and hangs out with Swamp Thing. And it's spring now. So he's like sprouting flowers and shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, ooh, I like you in the spring.
He's so hot, Swamp Thing.
And Swamp Thing's like,
Eat this, yeah.
Swamp Thing. Well, she's like, he's in a coma, and like, do you think it'd be wrong if I like someone else? And then Swamp Thing's like, if you like someone else, Abby, you should
like me.
You should like that person. You shouldn't wait for your coma-ridden, shitty husband to wake up from his coma. You should go and tell them. And she's like, yeah, well, that's, what I'm trying to do. And then Swamp Thing has this, like
Oh shit! Look at that. That's so cool. I missed that.
that's him getting a boner. Look at that pursed lips.
It's like right when Abby like hinting that he likes him, just ding, a little ding in his eye.
It's a sparkle in his eye. He's like,
That's
"You
a good
mean
panel.
Me?"
So he
And then she starts freaking out because she's like, "This is ridiculous. This is insane. I can't believe that I told a big pile of moss that I'm in love with him." And the Swamp Thing's like, "How would you even love me? How could you love me?" And he goes, "Deeply, silently, and for many years." And then Abigail's like, "You never told me." And he's like, "Yeah, well, I'm a fucking Swamp Thing."
I'm a Swamp Thing. Why would I tell you that I love you? I'm literally
I
gross.
thought it'd freak you the fuck out, dude. I'm a monster.
So they're like, how are we
And
supposed
he's
to
like, "What do
make?
we do now?" And she's like, "I've never kissed you." And then they kiss, and she's like, "Tastes like lime."
But they're like, how are we supposed to like make love and stuff? But she's like, well, I can.
She's like, "It doesn't matter. I don't care." He's like, "No, wait. Look at that face, dog."
He's so happy he's
goes
getting
and he
laid
gets-
tonight.
He goes and he gets a yam, a psychedelic yam.
He makes these psychedelic yams.
He goes and he's like, "Here, eat this." And she's like, "Oh, is it like a symbolic thing? Is it like I eat
No,
the
if
yam
you-
because I love you?"
if you
and then
eat
she starts
this.
tripping balls. And he's like, "Yep."
She's like, is this what you see all the time? He's like, sometimes. So that means he's like, he
That
could be
means-
high anytime he wants. These are good panels.
I
by
think
the
they're
way.
banging in these panels.
They're banging psychologically.
No,
you know? It's like-
I think they're physically banging. I think they're physically. Swamp Thing is doing.
No, because she's
Uh,
basically in the green with him right now.
I think Swamp Thing is doing Evil Dead type stuff to Abigail in reality.
Because I think if I do this, if I'm interpreting this wrong, if you bite into this sex yam, you pretty much go into like the green with him, like you
Yeah.
see what the green is like. So I'm pretty sure, like,
But you're not physically going in it. You're tripping balls.
I guess so.
It's like an ayahuasca trip, Eric. It's not because look, she wakes up and she's just kind of like her shirt's almost off, like her clothes are kind of off, her hair is all messed up. Swamp Thing, they banged and then they kiss to end the book. A little pretty in the sunset.
What a great show.
What a grape show.
What a great comic show.
Wait, next the nuke faced.
Nuke Face. You're gonna
Papers?
see. That's my favorite Swamp Thing villain, Nuke Face. You're gonna. I should have brought you Volume 3, dude.
Dude, how dare you not?
Well, I guess I just don't like you enough. No, I'm just playing. You're getting there,
I'll scream.
dude. Villain of the week.
Do you want to do villain of the week?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you've got something to say. I could talk about. Somebody or.
Villain of the week.
Oh, we're supposed to say that together.
Nope, just me this time.
Okay.
Because I brought an action figure.
Villain of the week. I still get to say it.
So this week I'm tackling an old Hulk villain. The original Hulk. Because when he first appeared in his own comic, Tales of Suspense, not
They
his
call
own
him
comic,
Hulk.
They called him the Living Hulk. He had a
Gross.
name. His name was Zemnu still, but he was referred to as a Hulk. He was the first Marvel character to be called the Hulk. He was brown. It was weird. But Zemnu is this character who
Zemnu was brown.
Yeah, I have it screenshots. He crash lands on Earth. Some dude finds him, revives him by electrocuting him, and then Zemnu rewards him by enslaving the entire human race and making them build a rocket that will blow up the Earth so that he can get back home.
What a nice dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he wakes him up and he's like, dude, oh wow, an alien. You could help our civilization with all the technology and knowledge you have. And Zenmu's like, yeah, I'm actually a criminal from outer space and I have psychic powers. Touch me, If you touch me, you won't get affected by my psychic rays. Because he shoots out these rays from his body that if you get hit with them, you do his bidding.
Not me though, right?
As long as you're touching him, I'm fine, but you are not safe.
Let me touch him, dude.
No, it's my action figure. I brought it.
All right.
So, anyways, Zenmu originally he just messes with this dude, and this dude tricks him by sabotaging his rocket, and killing him, shooting him off into the moon, and his rocket explodes in outer space. Zenmu then comes back because you can't kill Zenmu. Because for some reason his body will
Superman can.
He turns into like a cloud, and these astronauts while they're on a mission get.
You say he turns into a cloud?
Yeah, he turns into a cloud, and these astronauts get caught in his cloud on a mission, and one of them gets possessed by him and then turns into him. And this time around, instead of just taking over a small town to build him a giant rocket, he starts casting he starts making a children's TV show where he's showing up on the TV screen. And he's like, "Help me get back to my magic planet, kids. Don't you remember me? Don't you want Zemnu to get back to his magic planet? It's me, your friend Zemnu.
I do. I want to bring the abominable snowman back to the North Pole."
That's not where I fucking live. That's not where I live at all.
He's talking to him through the screen.
But in this comic, it's a Defenders number 12. Doctor Strange actually is the one who gets suspicious of what's going on because this little kid who's friends with the Hulk is like, "Hey, Mr. Strange, there's this guy on TV, and I hate the TV. I don't get it, but every time I watch it, I feel like TV. It makes me want to do his bidding, and his bidding is helping him find his dog that he lost in a park."
Mr. Strange. I get this feeling that I want to disobey my mom when I watch TV.
And First of all, Magic Planet.
First of all, kid, it's Doctor Strange. It's Doctor Strange.
I'm not like Doctor Doom. I'm an actual doctor.
I'm an actual doctor, kid. That's why he doesn't listen to the kid at first, because Doctor Strange hates kids.
Actually, the kid takes a taxi cab over to Doctor Strange's, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot my wallet," and then Doctor Strange just teleports and is like, "Here," and just hands the guy a bunch of money. And he's like, "I think I need to help you. I'm Doctor Strange." And the kid's like, "Yeah, I think you do too."
Well, thanks, Mr. Doctor Strange.
So then the plan is to go to the studio with this kid and Doctor Strange disguised as the Hulk to show up and investigate what's going on for some reason. Marvel comics are interesting in the early days. But it all boils down to the real Hulk showing up because Doctor Strange as the Hulk shows up on TV and Hulk sees him on TV and is like,
"Hulk, this hurts,
not Hulk.
Head.
That deep fake of Hulk. Oh, even when Hulk not do anything, humans deep fake Hulk into doing things."
That's Magic Man being Hulk.
No, he doesn't know that, but
no, he knows.
He goes
That's his boy.
He shows up to the studio and he starts fighting Zemnu, and then they beat him up and kill him, and then he flies off. But he continues this. This is what Zemnu does. Zemnu shows up. He mind controls somebody,
eats some ass.
He pretends to be a childhood, imagine if the Teletubbies just all of a sudden had a wild, random, abominable snowman, and every time you caught the Teletubbies on TV, you had a weird urge to do whatever the white snowman told you to do.
You don't get that?
That happens to you?
Sometimes.
Zemnu might have come for you, dude. But he's strong. He's this big, strong alien man. He's the last of his kind. Could I show you some images from his magic planet, which is actually just the exile planet that he escaped from? It's like
the abominable planet.
It's like if Australia was just a planet.
Wow.
Because it's like a penal planet. It's like it's a place where just it exists to be a prison.
What did you call it?
A penal wiener.
A wiener
so
planet.
there he is standing on it.
Why, oh my God, he is brown. Why don't you get that figure?
Because they don't make that. I think it's a recoloring anyways. Look at the back, guys.
What? Who are these guys? Oh my Lord, I would hang out on this planet.
They're all criminals. They're all intergalactic. Those are all criminals that you're looking at right now.
Why is he standing like that?
Because he's a freak.
That's me and you right there. The guy.
Back?
Yeah.
Are you the one in the purple or the green?
I'm the purple guy.
This is good. By the way, when we were talking about what image we're going to use for the podcast, I think we should use this, but with him in the foreground.
Yeah. So the audience knows what we're talking about. I hate all these guys.
No, that's Zemnu. Look what he's saying.
I speak about the power of hypnosis. No, yes, human. I am going to hypnotize you. Now,
just tells him he's going to do it, and he does it. That's how strong his hypnosis is. So he can hypnotize people. Doctor Strange tries to use magic against him, but he's able to put up an energy force field around him so that Doctor Strange can't even affect him. And then he's strong enough to fight the Hulk toe to toe. So I this week would give this villain easily like an 8.
Okay. How many henchmen does he have?
As many as he needs. He has the power of hypnosis. Anyone he needs to be will be his henchman.
Until you get that list out, I'm going to jot him down as a 4.
How is he a 4? No, honestly, how is he a 4? He's strong enough to fight the Hulk.
I'm just messing with you because he doesn't have a henchman. He doesn't have henchmen or whatever.
He's the last of his
I'm
kind.
just assessing.
If
he's an 8,
what's that guy's name?
I don't even remember.
He didn't have a single henchman, but he was level 10. That's how he was henching.
He had a wife.
That doesn't count.
Oh,
But Zemnu can hypnotize you.
I mean, if you have a head like that, you better. See, I'm touching him now. He also has a remote control in his hand.
Yes, that's a part of his hypnosis
species?
powers.
His species has a remote
I
control
think he's a cyborg.
permanently on his hand.
He actually has them on both.
Well,
I actually looked into it.
When you have a metal thing in your head, I think that counts as a cyborg.
But yeah, so I would give Zemnu a guild ranking of 8.
You think he would join a guild?
He can fight. Well, I don't think he'd need to.
That'd be funny though.
It would be funny if he was just hanging out with some other. I think he does. He does work. I don't want to spoil anything.
Like a villain team?
Huh? He doesn't work on a villain team, but he does. He is a space creature, so he is involved in some space events. And I don't want to spoil anything for maybe potential comics you read where he shows up. But he has worked with some big names. I'll say that.
All right, that's good. Okay, 8 it is.
For now. We were talking about it earlier today, denizens, but at the end of season 2, we're going to take all of our villains of the week, and we're going to do an episode where we re-tier them. We make new arguments, and we also just have a tier list of them so that we can see just where we put each character. So that we know that it makes sense.
Obviously, Angleman's going to be the top of the tier list.
Do
you think Angleman? I think Angleman can beat him.
No, I don't think he could. I think Angleman would get hypnotized by this guy. Immediately.
Not if Angleman can change reality and time and to. I don't know what he'll do with it. It's a dumb power. It's an angle.
He would just hypnotize him to do whatever he wants him to do. And then probably smash his angler. Or actually, he'd probably be able to make his own angler. This guy's got super intelligence.
That guy's smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
No, he big, dumb, and strong.
No, he's big, smart, strong, and scary.
And dumb.
He's just dumb because he's too overconfident.
If you lose to the Hulk, you're automatically dumb.
That's not true. What about the leader?
He's dumb as heck.
But he got a big head.
He got a big head.
I can't. Eric, you know the rules of combo. You got a big head. That means you a smart fella. Look at MODOK, Hector Hammond, the leader,
Egghead,
Marvel's Egghead.
Does Marvel Egghead has a big head?
He's got an egg-shaped head.
It's big.
It's relatively large.
Okay. Because I know DC's Egghead, his head's like just a little bit enlarged.
That's the same
like
with
like Kiadi Mundi, but like half his
halved.
I'll say half that.
That's gross. What's in your pulls these days?
Oh, what am I pulling?
My leg.
Oh, yeah. Still reading some Superman, some Wonder Woman, Shazam. That's going pretty
How's the
good.
Fire and Ice?
Oh yeah, Fire and Ice. I hate that shit, man. I gave it a try, the new Fire and Ice, but it's too fucking trendy, man. It's
too girly pop.
A lot of memes that people don't talk about anymore, that don't use. Like, remember flossing? Remember Karens saying the word Karens a lot? I think they said at least 3 times in the first issue.
That's crazy.
But it's so bad because the stories that Fire and Ice they need to cool down because
they killed Christopher Chance and covered it up
Yes, I'm going to assume that. That's my headcanon. That's why they're in Smallville.
But they're literally lying low in Smallville. That's the
apparently because of Fire got into a big fight with Guy Gardner. Like it was a Power Girl issue where they're supposed to be saving the day, but then Guy Gardner and Fire got into a big fight because like Guy was hitting on ice and everything, and she was like, getting pissed off at that. So Superman did not like that they went off endangered lives. So he suggested they should take a break from superheroing, get a little down to earth, stay at Smallville. They ended up finding a hair salon, to live at, because there's no other place to live at except an old hair salon. So that's what the story is. Fire and Ice. They have a hair salon, but Fire is always trying to like get fame. She's always trying to like. She's doing internet fame, but goading supervillains to come to the town so she could fight them, which is a big no-no, right? So then it gets to a point where she's like, you know what? I'm going to start a reality show where I'm going to bring a bunch of villains and rehabilitate them in our salon. And it just keeps, which is a shitty idea, even though most of them are goofy and they don't really pose a threat.
Like, who's there?
Oh, Gentleman Ghost, which is a threat for some reason, but he's there. Half of them are like made up for this series, which is kind of disappointing.
Gentleman Ghost ain't got no hair. What he doing at a salon?
It's a rehabilitation thing show. They get paid for it. I don't know why, but they picked some.
Dude, stick to the Suicide Squad, DC. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know why they got to make a lot of OCs. They got Gorilla Grodd's sister and.
How do you know she's an OC? How do you know she's never shown up before?
I looked it up for
man.
real. I looked up each of these characters, and half of
damn.
them like never made another appearance.
That's
I was like, the only notable one was Gentleman Ghost. I was like, why is he the only like big name villain that they brought over? But anyway, so what sucks right now is that they're going through an argument right now. Like Fire just keeps messing up and like getting into fights. And like what really pisses me off is like their Martha Kent's there and she's trying to be the mediator. It's obviously Fire is a bitch. It's so fucking obvious. And Ice is just trying to like be calm and like, hey,
yeah.
But then Martha's all like, the only time you guys need to get together, you guys need to understand each other's differences. I'm like, why are you like telling this to Ice? She's not doing anything wrong. She hasn't been doing anything wrong, but the writer and Martha's trying to make us think that it's both their fault, which obviously not. Fire literally invited a cannibal to their show, and she ate one of the contestants. And it's like, wow, Ice has every right to be mad at Fire for making that happen.
And Ma Kent's like, Ice, have you thought about
Fire's
calmly
feeling?
talking? We thought about Fire's feelings.
It's so stupid. And it's like you just keep hating Fire, which I hate. I don't want to hate Fire. I like them both.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's dumb. They use a lot of memes. They use a lot of girl power things that
girls get it done.
Yeah,
Eric. I don't know if you've heard this.
Yeah, girls get it done. They're strong, independent women. I'm sorry.
You gotta read. You have to read.
I'm reading Wonder Woman. That's great.
You have to watch The Boys so that you can understand the girls get it done.
Girls get it done. I've been saying that before The Boys even came out.
You haven't though.
Yeah, I did.
That's the thing.
No, I started saying that. I started saying women get it done around the same time I started saying women suck. No, I'm playing. I don't.
I've never heard you say women get it done. I've only ever heard you say the other one. you chanted outside of a Victoria's Secret store.
I also, but
so
under
not allowed to go to malls
under
anymore.
my breath, I go, "Girls get it done."
That's what you say as the female security guards escort you out of the mall. Girls get it done, huh? And they're like, "Sir, you're not welcome back."
They just Fire and Ice just do it in a very
heavy-handed. Yeah. Wonder Woman. You're reading though is good
because Fire invites Fire goats villains to come to town. Superman comes to stop these villains, and then Fire's all like, "Why is a man trying to stop a woman's job?" And I'm like, "You literally brought a giant shark to my town. I'm Clark Kent, and this is my town, and you bring a fucking villain over to kill this." And it's like, but she's making them all like, "Oh, you're just a patriarch and bringing me down." Like, stop talking to Superman like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Fire and Ice is bad, but everything else is pretty good.
That's good.
Rating. Superman and Wonder Woman, Shazam and Whammy. He's fighting Black Adam right now.
That's good. He's fighting Black Adam?
Yeah. Billy had paperwork to do because he helped. In the very first issue, he helped a space dinosaur like get his ship back together so it can send them back to space.
Okay.
Another wacky adventure. But like they come back and they're like, hey, you didn't do the proper forms to fix our ship. And your magic too, that's even more paperwork. So there's just these giant T-Rex space aliens that are just
Forcing him to do paperwork.
Yeah, there's an overarching plot that he has to handle too, like with the gods and everything, because like the gods are like who give him the Shazam powers or trying to control him. But meanwhile, while this is going on, plot B is like these dinosaurs like, hey, Billy, you need to like get this form filled out.
Forms filled
So
in.
it kind of like accumulated to where like the space dinosaurs head commander are coming to like invade Earth. Like, okay, where's Billy Benson? Well, I think he's in this place, but it's Kondak. So they invade Black Adam's place and they get into a fight. It was fun. He goes to their ship. He's like, you are not allowed to be here. So he punches the captain because the captain's all like, we need to find the paperwork to land and invade this place, but we can't freaking find it. Where's Billy's address? And so Black Adam invades their ship. He punches the captain into the bathroom, and the captain comes out with it. It's like, hey guys, I found the address right here. It was in the bathroom. We were way off. This would have took us forever to find it, but I'm glad we found it.
So Billy's helping them invade Earth?
Well, Billy was putting off this paperwork for a long time to the point where an invasion is coming to like just to get him to sign this. It seems like they're a big threat, but they keep talking about paperwork, so it feels like they're not a big threat.
Yeah,
so
they're bureaucrats.
They send a missile down to get rid of Black Adam to blow up their country, but when it blows up, it's just a bunch of paperwork, and all the paperwork's everywhere, so it stops all the cars and all the trains and stuff. So he pretty much paralyzes their nation, and they're like, all right, well, let's go find Billy. So now Black Adam's pissed off because like, Billy, I knew you had something to do with this. So now they're fighting, and it's pretty fucking funny.
That's insane. I haven't been reading my polls.
Dude, pull him.
I have them.
Instead of reading his polls, he's been pushing them aside. That is not what you do. You don't push your polls away.
I've been pushing them aside to read Swamp Thing.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's actually fine.
And I've been rereading Annihilation along with you.
You're probably farther than me.
I am. Catch up, dude.
I will.
Next week we'll talk about
the Ronin.
The Ronin miniseries.
Ronan?
Ronan. And then you'll give me Swamp Thing Volume 3.
Yeah, I'll do it later.
Yeah. Yeah, we got time. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
Yeah, no. I think we're pretty good on topics.
You know, we made it through an entire episode without any brain worms or Blue Man.
I know.
I'm fine. I'm glad that
I think we were serious the whole time too. I think we didn't crack any jokes.
I'm glad we passed all of that on to Clay.
Yeah. He has the worm virus and the Blue Man virus.
Yeah. Well, I gave him my beanie that houses the entity that is Blue Man.
And I gave him a shampoo that's supposed to like get rid of stop the worms from going to his brain, but I think that's not the repellent.
Actually, Eric, you didn't fill out the paperwork, so I had to take that shampoo back from him. I have it right here.
Oh. Well then.
Denizens, if you see Clay out there, don't let him sneeze or cough or breathe anywhere near you.
And Clay, if you're listening to this,
get away from your kid.
Get away from your kid, your wife,
everyone
your workplace.
You care about. They're all in. Well, you know what? It's probably too late. We love you, Clay. We hope to see you soon.
I think it's best not to go to that planet anymore. It's probably filled with blue men
and worms. Well, denizens, as always, follow us on Instagram, share the YouTube video, give it a like, hit that notification bell, and take a look down at the Q&A and see what kind of questions there are for you to answer. Or maybe there's a question that you can pose for us to answer. Keep an eye out because we'll have a few announcements coming out soon. We've been kicking around a couple of new ideas on how to engage with you guys and communicate with you guys down there on eArth. So stay tuned. And as always, get out of my house.
Yeah, go outside for a little bit. And also come back.
All right, bye. Oh, sorry.